might actually be a lot better if you make your own videos. More videos equals more awareness, and honestly, I'd rather hear what you have to say
in your own format.
Some of you will get a little bit angry saying like, did you use AI to make it bigger? Sometimes I do.
So look, let me take a few minutes to summarize the R8 before saying a quick word about reviews themselves. It's small, lightweight, and powerful. It's full frame, has great autofocus, basically the guts of the R6 II. At the time of recording, it's $11.99. Crazy affordable. I would have killed to have this in place of the RP when I got that back in the day. There are many small lenses to pair with it. The RF 28mm, the RF 50, the RF 100-400, the RF 35 and 24 have IS, the RF 16 is a small wide, both of the RF 24-105mm lenses. I get about 1 hour of recording in 4K 24 frames per second reliably when shooting long-form content. There is no overheating to worry about in room temp in my experience, no record limit, great eye detect autofocus. 90% of my YouTube videos and podcasts feature this R8 as the A-cam over the time that I've had it, because it's better in this use case for me than the original R6. Technically, this is me shooting with the R6 from last video, but whatever, you get the idea. It's excellent for travel and landscape. With one card slot, if you want to be extra careful, shoot across smaller cards and swap them out occasionally, maintaining good backup practices. I'm not shooting irreplaceable moments for clients, but generally I don't want to risk losing anything regardless. I've showed some instances where I reached explicitly for the R6's dual card slots in New Zealand. For the Astro, I was in the darkest skies that I'll ever likely experience, and for a new moon. The shots aren't anything super special, at least not to anyone but me, but I would have been upset to lose them. If you're traveling without a computer and you're shooting a ton, it can give you the peace of mind to leave one set of cards at the hotel or Airbnb and take one set with you. There's no IBIS, there's no sensor cover. I don't really expect IBIS here at this price. I think the R8 is photo first with great video features included. Lens IS will take the edge off any jitteriness. If you're using this as a second camera to an R5, R6, or R7, you'll notice the small battery immediately. I think literally everyone should have 2 batteries, just factored into your budget. And if it's your main body and you shoot video and you have long days, probably 3 or 4. 2 of them get me through a day carrying it around, hiking and stuff. At home, I blow through a full battery in recording almost every time. I pop in the fresh spare, and the dead one goes right into the wall to charge, so it's no real issue. I've gotten this pretty close to overheating. I was recently doing some product shooting outside on a gross, humid, sunny 80 Fahrenheit day, but it still didn't shut down on me. The temperature indicator comes up fast. It even comes up for me in room temp for every long form recording. That can cause some stress, but at least you have visibility into it. 4K 60 outside is where you're starting to get into trouble. Your time is going to be limited to short clips. Final verdict, I originally planned to use this camera long term and sell it within 6 months. I was coming up on a time where a second camera would be helpful and I wanted to test it. Here we are, almost a year in. I wasn't even planning to have the R8 for New Zealand. I picked up more freelance photo work than I anticipated this year, and I feel uncomfortable shooting that with just one body, especially as the R6 likes to heat up. I typically use both for a shoot. It's nice to have one camera locked off for video clips or for menu shoots when I can streamline editing and cropping across many stationary items, or to save time swapping lenses. But the bigger protection is that I can have something happen to one of these bodies, whether on site or in my personal shooting prior, and still have another body to do the work, one that accepts all of my lenses. And the R8 is sort of the cheapest, most capable, most similar to what I know. For that reason, it's pretty perfect and why you see a lot of R5, R6, and R7 shooters add one. Long term, I want my second camera to be a little more dissimilar to the R6 than the R8 is. And even though the form factor can be a big plus, my next camera, my eventual long-term second camera, will likely have 3 dials and 2 card slots. So we'll see how long this stays in the bag. At the moment, I'm not in a position to get something else, so the financial no-brainer is to hold tight. When in doubt, wait it out. And lastly, a word on reviews changing. Gerald's video is interesting. We'll talk about it much more on the next pod. The big takeaway that I have for creators of my size, these step 1 hustler creators as he defines them, is this. Make what makes you happy, make it helpful or interesting for others, or in this case weird, and describe how you make it, including any monetary implications around it, transparently. On this channel, you're going to get mostly long-term, non-technical reviews in the context of what I already own. You're going to get clearly labeled affiliate and referral links down below, and transparent sponsorship and gifted product callouts that are not hidden and disclosed deeply into a video. And today, here's what I thought about the Canon R8. Here's what I've shot. I plan to sell it already, but these are the reasons I haven't. If my experience maps nicely to yours, you know it might be worth a look, and if it doesn't, then my hope is that you take away some entertainment value from my shoots and travels. As always, the easiest way to support more content is just to watch another video. The best way is to check out some of the fitting links below. You can save yourself some money when renting the R8, or you can check out Artlist, which I've been using more and more lately.